It's a very lonely path without someone guiding you how to feel or to tell you, go this way, not that way. So everything I discovered by myself and keep pushing myself until I achieved what I wanted, which was about knowing who was Francisco Macías and learning about my culture. My name is Mónica Macías. I was born in Equatorial Guinea as the youngest daughter of first President Francisco Macías of Equatorial Guinea. But then I grew up in North Korea under the guidance of North Korean former President Kim Il-sung. I grew up in military boarding school, the discipline, rigorous. What I learned and the values that I was inculcated is so much embedded in me, and that's what helped me to keep going, to overcome all this difficulty throughout the life. Without that, and of course, the support of my friends, my sister, my brothers, my mom, I would not have overcome it. In the beginning, I was emotional. I didn't know how to deal with that feeling. I was confused because the Francisco Macías, my father, I knew through Kim Il-sung, was a nice person, a very good friend. And the Francisco that I knew when I left Pyongyang and arriving in Madrid was the worst human being. So I was in a confusion state and very confused, sad, not knowing what to believe, and asking myself, am I evil's daughter? I did hide myself when I arrived in Madrid, and I learned that the reputation of my father was not good. I didn't know how to deal with that feelings. And I was keep questioning to myself, is it true that he was a killer? Am I the killer daughter? Is that mean also I have kind of that bad side? I found myself, because I was really immersed in an identity crisis when I left Pyongyang after graduating from my first degree. I didn't know who am I, and I needed to find out, and that's the reason why I left Pyongyang and came to Madrid and start do the research. I was in shock, and when I discovered that about my father, but then once I met Antonio Garcia Trevijano, he trained me how to see the things and how to understand international relations, how to understand, how to see what is politic. And the first thing he said, I understand is your father, but put it aside and look at him as a politician. When he told me that the official narrative is not telling the truth, I think that was the most happiest day of my life. But until to reach that moment, there's been so many obstacles, ups and downs, that I went through. I also realized that I have voice. I can share my story, because there might be someone out there who feel what I feel. My story might not be exactly the same to the people. While my story is unique, they feel is relatable in many sense. Mother relations and defamation, loneliness, and the way I overcome all that difficulties in the life, ups and downs. I have tremendous resilience inside. I remember what my Chinese friend used to say. She learned it from Bruce Lee, who used to say about the water. how it's really strong. It seems very calm on the surface, but can destroy, can have tremendous power. You don't have to going out there fighting everyone and show how powerful you are. You can be calm, but when the moment is when it's necessary, you need to be strong. It's kind of, I think I was trained to be strongly in inner side. I will say it quoting my favorite English philosopher, Bertrand Russell, where he said, "Love is wise and hatred is foolish." I think that summarizes one of my messages. Hate is something that is very dangerous because hate divides us. And is very much colonial mindset, divide and rule, by creating hate between the people. So, and also is a very powerful motor that takes us to the war. And war ultimately destroyed ourselves. And for me, that's foolish thing to do. On the other hand, love is also powerful elements that, not elements, powerful that motivate us to do things more that is productive and positive for our society. So I choose love over the hate.